Racing for Recovery for the first time tonight. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery support group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meetings welcome parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery support group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we create an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol or drug addiction. Meeting start time is 7 p.m. Please be on time. Please turn off cell phones to vibrate. Please refrain from posting on social media during the meeting to show respect and courtesy to yourself and others. Please only one person speak at a time. Please speak loudly so that everyone can hear. Proof of attendance is gladly provided. You can turn your paperwork into the box here, and we'll pick it up at the end of the meeting. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity, so please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. Your confidentiality is important to us. What you say here will not be discussed outside of the meeting. Please refrain from leaving the meeting while it is in progress because it is disruptive to others. Smoking or vaping should be done away from all entrances out of respect for those who choose not to partake. And please do not smoke or vape by the doors. Please dispense of all trash in a garbage can and do not litter on our premises. Thank you. Who's got the guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery?
I got them. Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Guidelines. 1. Recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2. Wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4. Defining balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. 5. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6. Understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7. Lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8. Learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior, providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9. Recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10. Caring for your personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is a source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Thank you. Here's what Racing for Recovery means to me by Kelly Anderson.
What Racing for Recovery means to me by Kelly Anderson. R. Respect yourself enough to quit using. A. Accept the challenges that lie ahead. C. Commit to your recovery. I. Include friends and family on your journey. N. Never doubt your will to succeed. G. Give yourself credit for your accomplishments. F. Focus on the positive things you want in life. O. Overcome your fears and keep moving forward. R. Remember the reasons you are seeking sobriety. R. Reach out to others to give and receive support. E. Expect holes in the road. Choose another road. C. Care for your body. We only get one in this lifetime. O. Open your heart, mind, emotions, and spirit. V. Victory comes from a balanced lifestyle. E. Educate yourself on all aspects of recovery. R. Racing for Recovery saves lives. And Y. You will learn that with sobriety, anything is possible.
Thank you. All right, it's time for introductions. Now's where we're going around the room. You say your name, why you came. You don't have to say you're an active alcoholic. You can if that helps you.
I'm Pat. I come for the positivity. I come here to see all the great people. And I like to applaud everybody who today grows in their recovery.
I'm Esther. I'm here to support my sister.
I'm Michael. I came to read.
I'm Craig. I'm here for support. I'm Ron. I'm here to learn. JT here to keep an open mind and remain key.
I'm Michael. I'm here because I believe in the program.
I'm Sean. I'm here to learn and try to repair the relationships in my life.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mary Jo, and I came to racing for recovery for several reasons. One of them, I'm working on my perseverance.
Hi, I'm Darlene. I'm here tonight for balance and to heal my what's broken.
I'm Emily. I'm here for the positivity and support.
I'm Kevin. I'm here to keep me on track and moving forward.
I'm Amanda. I'm here to get the week started in a good direction.
Hi, I'm Betty. I'm here to remain teachable, continue to learn, and because this is part of my routine now.
My name's Frank. I'm here for positivity as well as growing with the peers that have been helping me out. Thank you.
My name is Chris, and I come to Racing for Recovery because I made some poor choices in the past, and I'm learning how to make better ones.
My name's Dan. I can come to Racing for Recovery because it's a good way to start the week. It's Monday. I didn't have nothing else to do, and this is where it works.
I'm Josh. I'm here to continue to grow. I'm here to hear some new perspectives on things and to continue to move forward.
I'm Kristen, and I'm here for the positive peer support.
My name's Keith. I'm here for the positivity and to learn a new way to live.
Yeah, I'm John, here for the environment.
I'm David. I'm here to learn more about this book because I hear there's a lot of good things.
I'm Jeff, and I'm here because it's a great place for me to be, and I too want to learn some more out of this book. Every time it doesn't matter how many times I read something out of here, I always learn something new. So.
I'm Bobby. I come to this meeting because it's a good way to close out a Monday night.
Me, I'm here to listen and learn. Carl, I'm here to find some answers, help myself.
Deanna, I'm here to listen and learn.
My name's Carl. I'm here to learn, support, be accountable.
I'm Tone. I'm here to learn how to succeed, and I'll overcome my fear of it.
I'm here, I'm sorry, I'm Desiree, and I'm here to learn.
I'm Megan. I'm here to remain teachable and learn how to live a healthier lifestyle.
I'm Shelby. I'm here for the lifestyle and the community, just to stay sober.
I'm Anthony. I'm here for the movement, as my good friend Josh would say over there, and to continue growing every day. And I heard there's a lot of good shit in this book. Stop in this book.
My name's Chris. I come for peer support and positivity. I enjoy learning stuff on the book.
I'm Mike. I'm here to finally be myself without drugs or alcohol.
Joe, I come to Racing for Recovery because this place reminds me that I'm not alone.
I'm Patrick, and I'm here because this is part of my routine. There's a lot of good stuff in this book, and it's a great way to have a great day.
I'm Courtney. I'm here for peer support, balance, and healing.
I'm Eric. I am here to continue to live a happier life.
I'm Aaron. I'm here to learn and continue to find new things about myself.
I'm James. I'm here because I pretty much tried everything else and here I still sit, so I'm looking forward to doing that.
I'm Sam. I'm here because I choose to be. I enjoy this program and they're awesome people.
I'm Andre. I'm here to give support, receive support, and see a lot of great people get better.
I'm Chris, and I'm here, like Sam said, because I choose to be. Like Mike said, I can finally be myself, but I'm always go, 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 and this helps me, you know, balance, slow down, and recognize what's important in my life.
I'm Steve. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm here to learn and give and receive support.
I'm Rob. I'm here because I choose to be and I believe in this program. And like Mike said, you know, I want to be myself without drugs or alcohol.
I'm Rick. I'm here. I'm okay. And then I realized just okay is not okay.
My name is Matt, and I come here because this is where I found my self-worth, and everybody here helped me along with that, and I can't think of a better place to be on a Monday to start my week.
I'm Jason. I'm here. I think this place is freaking awesome. Like Mike said, and I'm not there yet, but if I keep coming back, I'll get there.
I'm Brittany, and this is where I choose to receive the positive energy of the universe.
Hi, I'm Cindy. You all said a lot of good things I wanted to say, so I want to remain teachable, continue to receive and give support, and again, being okay is just not okay, and my peers, and finding out who I am.
I'm Tara, and I'm here because this movement works for me.
And I'm Sarah, and I come because I always have something insightful and inspiring, be it from the people or from this book, because as we all know, there's a lot of good stuff in this book.
I'm Dustin, and I'm here to support Chrissy in her recovery.
I'm Chrissy, I'm here to learn and for support.
I'm Brandy. I'm here to remain teachable and for your support. I'm Bobby Joe, and I'm here for the support.
I'm Aubrey. I'm here for good fellowship and to learn.
I'm Brian, and I'm here because I need you.
I'm Stacy. I'm here for support.
I'm Jalen, and I'm here because I want to give this second half of my life a sober identity, and I'm ready to get started on it.
I'm Mike. I'm here trying to find the best version of me without drugs.
My name is Emily, and I'm here to heal and learn how to enjoy being sober.
My name's Chris. I'm here for support of Emily.
I'm Tamora. I'm in the program because I need more than just to be sober. And I'm at the meeting because my roommate woke me up just in time.
I'm Tammy. I'm here for support, and I believe this place works.
I'm Alexandria. I'm here to give and get support.
My name's Joe. I come here to remain teachable, and that's how I start my week off right.
And I'm Steven. I come here because this is where I learned who I was. With the help of this place, I learned that I can be me. I can still be goofy. I can still be whoever I want to be without drugs and alcohol, and that's an amazing feeling. So let's get started, don't we? The Answer by Donald D. Carr.
Okay. Answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain,
as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest pain. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand, they don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so it begins racing for recovery.
Thank you. Announcements. There's a race coming up in October still. It's going to be sweet. I've been hyping this up for a while, so it better be sweet. I know it's going to. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, as you can see from the introductions, our meetings for everyone affected by self-destructive behaviors. No topic is off limits. If you have a question or something you'd like to discuss, we encourage you to bring it up early so we have time to discuss it. With that being said, does anyone have anything they'd like to talk about before the meeting gets started? Start out with any topics, anything good, anything bad, anything in between? No? All right. We are on page chapter 2.
$15.
15? 16? 17? Yeah, 17.
Come on, first.
Get it back. Yeah. Right here.
Should be the top of 18.
18, that's what I thought. Thank you. Yeah, you can get it back at 18. Who wants to read for me?
You can get it back. One of the myths about recovery is that you have to start your life over from scratch, because when you become an addict, you lose everything. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. I had been a damn good high school hockey player, maybe good enough to have a shot at a professional career. When I became an addict, I pissed that potential right down the drain. But after I got sober in 1993, I wanted to answer the what-if question. Was I really that good? Could I have done something with the hockey and maybe gotten a college scholarship because of it? In 1995, a friend of mine said, "Why don't you give hockey a shot again and try out for the local semi-pro team?" Well, I was 29 years old and hadn't played in more than 10 years. I thought those were pretty good reasons why I was likely to have my ass handed to me. But the friend brought me $3,000 worth of goalkeeper's gear, and I tried out for the league. I made third string and had a ball. I played in the same arena where, once upon a time, I snorted drugs off the beer-soaked, piss-stained floor during Bon Jovi and Scorpions concerts. I played against guys who were 10 years younger than me and had college scholarships. And they were saying, "Dude, I can't even believe you're out here." That was enough. I proved that at one time I'd been pretty good. So while you can lose yourself quickly in the world of drugs and alcohol, it's amazing how quickly things can turn around. Everyone has that same drive, whether it's for education, fitness, art, or something else. In recovery, I don't want to change people's personality. I want to help them rediscover the person they were before drugs or alcohol made them into someone unrecognizable. You can take the same tenacity you put into killing yourself and use it to recapture the dreams that you might have thought were dead. Basically, you can get back most or all of what you've lost.
You can stop there.
Stop there? Okay.
Thank you. All right. There is a lot of really, really good stuff in this short little passage, and I like it. Who relates to anything that's been said in here and wants to speak about it? There's one thing that stands out to me more than anything, and that's you can take the same tenacity you put into killing yourself and use it to recapture the dreams that you might have thought were dead. That's huge. If we put all the effort that we use into getting high into helping better ourselves, we're capable of anything. And that's monumental. Todd says it all the time, and I believe it 100%. Steve.
I almost feel like if you put half the effort in, it would still be monumental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because all of us have been there, you know.
Thank you. Yes.
Rick, the part that struck me is playing hockey. I played hockey in my after high school years. And the thing I learned from that was you gotta pay attention to your surroundings. One fellow let me know, don't skate with your head down. Ouch. Pay attention.
Thank you, Rick. Carl.
So like my drinking for 5 years changed who I was and who I was. I'm trying to get back that Carl. It's slowly coming back, so beware.
I'm excited. Rob.
For me, I had a pretty good job, you know, for a pretty big company, and I was doing very well. And then drugs kind of took over my life, and I got a hair test. And I passed the urine test, you know, 3 times in 3 weeks, and then they cut my hair. In the field that I'm in, everybody knows, most every, you know, lots of people knew me, and I couldn't buy a job, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what since I went back to work, like suddenly every bill collector in the world has found me, is what I'm feeling like. And I kind of knew that was going to happen when I resurfaced, like when I became a actual working person again, like they were going to find my debt. But it's kind of what I'm dealing with, and it's like that first statement was like, no, it's not a myth. Like you do have to start over, you know, like you completely. Like almost need to go to Mexico and get a new identity, Social Security, like trying not to live that way no more. But like if I'm ever gonna get a driver's license again, I might need a new Social Security number. So.
But you said something that struck me, and it's the fact that you now have the rest of your life. And it might not, you might not want to be paying debt, but you have the rest of your life. Some people aren't fortunate enough for that.
Yeah.
And everyone here that chooses to stop using drugs and alcohol, you have the rest of your life for all the good stuff and all the unfortunate stuff you have to deal with too, but you have the rest of your life.
By no means am I saying it's not worth getting clean for it. Like it's, sobriety is well worth getting clean for it. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to think that that's what I'm saying. It's just a long haul, like 30-some years, like I'm making a mess. And I want, like, the person I am now, I've changed, and I do want to be accountable, and I do want to pay my debts, or find a good bankruptcy attorney or something. But I want to be, you know, I want to take care of it responsibly. Care of my mess because I'm accountable. And I know that it was my choices that caused this mess. It was like nobody's screwing me. You know what I mean? It's just wish I could remember some of it.
I want to say something. I didn't mean to say that it's not difficult. I was an enabler. I was never addicted. So I never was in that place. And to me, like I said from the bottom of my heart for years, if I were an addict, I don't think, I know I could not get out of it. I don't have enough guts to do it. And I didn't think it had to sound like that those who are addicted, what you all went through. I mean, it was hell, worse than hell. I took this as being an enabler, so I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings, and my certainly yours. And, you know, I took that as an enabler because, like I've said many years, there's no way that I could get out from being an addict. I have a hard enough time, like I said many times, giving up candy, and peanuts and all that stuff and sitting in front of the TV and gorging myself. So how in the world can I give, when I can't give up that, how could I ever give up alcohol or drugs? I just don't think I have the guts. So for who's ever here, you know, I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings.
I'm still working on giving up Thin Mints too. It's a long road.
They have the ice cream now.
Don't tell me that.
Threw me off with Thin Mints, man. Yeah, I think this is the whole reason that we don't require to say that we're addicts or alcoholics at the beginning of the meeting, because I feel that, you know, we're so much more than that, that we're hurting people that have made some bad choices. We're teachers, musicians, artists. I mean, we got a dude in here that made a table so big it's literally called the Whale. Chili Master to my left over here. So there's just a big eclectic vibe that, I mean, so many people have so much different things to contribute. And I've heard that you know, you stop developing when you start using emotionally and stuff like that. I mean, I started using at a very young age, so I think I definitely learned some stuff in 20-some years of using, but yeah, sometimes I feel like I lost myself. And how we started this meeting, Mike said, you know, I finally figured out who I am. And everyone's like, oh, I like that, I like that, I like that. And that's pretty much what this is all about, you know? It's, you can get yourself back. You can figure out who you are if you put in that effort. I don't like to say you, but like I have jumped into this and tried to, you know, figure out who I am. And one of the reasons is because of Racing for Recovery, I was asked the question, why? Why did I use drugs and alcohol so much? And so that helped me start to peel back the layers of the onion and figure out what really makes Chris tick. And that's how I could figure out like exactly who I am, and then use all these different people to enhance myself after I invest in myself.
Mic drop. Jeff?
You know, like I said in the introduction, I said, you know, every time I read something in this book, sometimes I learn something new or I see it in a different way. And John, you know, what you said made me go back and read that last sentence there, and I started to think about it. And it says you can take the same tenacity, and tenacity to me, it's almost like a feeling of like a physical type effort or something like that. And I said, and I was like, well, you could replace that word tenacity with investment of time. So you can take the same investment of time you put into killing yourself and use it to recapture your dreams, you know? And that's where, to me, like, you can take that same amount and cut it in half, and cut it half again. Maybe you can cut it half again, because it, you know, depending on how long you were out there, you know, destructing yourself, it doesn't take that amount of time to find yourself back to where you want to be. But I guess you just made me look at it in a different perspective. Appreciate that.
Steve?
I was going to say about the finances thing. Once I got my sobriety under control and all that, I attacked my finances the way I attacked my sobriety. And I've been living at home for 2 years, and I paid off just shy of $18,000 worth of debt. And I don't have any debt anymore whatsoever. So it can be done. It's hard. You can't stop at Starbucks and stuff and do the things you want to do, but man, I came from nowhere, and I have plenty of money in the bank and no debt. I was right where you were, like, how do I get out of this? Not only do I have to get sober, now I have to get my finances straight. So you have to attack, use the information in this room to attack other things in your life that are holding you back. All these tools can be used on other things besides sobriety. So it can be done.
My mom always says she relates this to anything that I'm having anxiety about or nervous because there's a lot of overwhelming pressure. She says, how do you eat an entire elephant? I know it's not vegan, don't get me started. But how do you eat an entire elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. That's true.
Timeless.
Ageless. Cindy.
I just want to say that I look at that as the work we put into being an addict. I respect them. The dishonesty, the hiding, it became such a, it was exhausting. And then the work we put into ourselves now is so gratifying. It's not exhausting. And it's just, when you were heavy in your addiction, you thought getting out of this hole was going to be exhausting because you were so used to, feeling exhausted. So that's how I look at that tenacity.
Thanks, Cindy.
Go for it.
I can relate to the overwhelming feeling when you put it down, and then you have a couple of days, and then the repercussions of what you've done, that you've drowned it for so long, start hitting you, financial, emotional, family, whatnot. And it is a part of the healing process. I think it's awesome though, we have choices. You said bankruptcy lawyer. I mean, you're already on the path of making some decisions, it sounds like, and I think that's awesome. I know when I made the choice to come here, I begged to get in here, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. It's what Jeff just said about cutting it in half, cutting it in half, cutting it in half. That is so true. It's like I was a slave of my addiction. Day in and day out, that shit ran me up and down the street, in and out of alleys, up and down the block. It didn't matter what time of the day. It didn't matter if my kids needed me. It didn't matter what my wife said. It didn't matter. I was a slave to it. And it took up all my time. If my eyes were open, I was running. And just taking that little bit of effort to walk in the doors and ask for help, my life changed. And it can just continually change you. Remain teachable. I tell myself every morning, remain teachable, be open-minded, and listen to what people have to say, because I don't want to fuck this opportunity up. Excuse me, I don't want to mess this opportunity up because I think I'm doing well, or my finances are better, I got this great job. You know, I've always come up. I'm making money, all that. That's never been the issue. I've never known who I am. And I can't enjoy any of that unless I really find out who I am. And I think that's the awesome part of this whole journey, is peeling the layers back and finding out what makes me tick. Because I was asked that same question, why? I never was asked that before. And I really put a lot of thought into that why. And I'm finding out there's a lot of whys. And I've also had the opportunity to start working on that. And that's because I'm not a slave today to my addiction. And I really like what Jeff said, because I'm the same way. I read something and I reread it and I reread it and I find a little bit more out and I look at it a different perspective and be open-minded about it. And I don't have to put barely any effort into this lifestyle compared to what I was doing prior. So it's a hell of a lot easier. That's all.
Thank you. Mike?
Kind of putting the effort into making the right choices and you didn't use it. Kind of comes back to the bill thing to me too. I mean, like it would come hand in hand, because I don't know about anybody else, I'll speak for myself, but I spent a lot of money on my habit. You know, I'm sitting there thinking, if I took 25% of what I spent on my habit, my bills would be getting paid pretty quick. So, that was.
Thank you. Who wants to keep reading? Top of page 19.
Take Jeff Smith, a client of mine. Years ago, when I got my last DUI, I pulled into Jiffy Lube when Jeff was working there. He saw this drunken loser, me, stagger out of his car and stumble into his workplace. Fast forward 15 years later, and Jeff was an alcoholic living in Detroit. One day when he was listening to the radio, he heard me talking on a local station about my history and racing for recovery. He ordered my book and said to himself, "Holy moly, that's the same dude who pulled into Jiffy Lube." He read my book, came to see me, got treatment, sobered up, and eventually ran a half marathon. He's been sober now for more than 2 years. Not only that, but when he started going back to church, he brought me into his church as well. So we helped each other regain something we lost, his fitness and my faith. Then there's Stephanie Stout, who was a friend of my neighbor's. In my days as an addict, I would steal Stephanie's mom's Valium. At that time, Stephanie was sinking into her own problems with drugs and alcohol. When I finally got my act together, she was at the end of her rope. However, today she's a 4-year member of Racing for Recovery. She runs the support group now. She's rebuilding her relationship with her mother, becoming a massage therapist, and living a life she thought was gone forever. Addiction is like a side road that takes you away from who you really are. But like any journey, you can always get back to the main road if you're willing to steer in that direction. Rediscovering the things that you were passionate about before you fell into addictive behavior can help you strike that balance that's so critical to rebuilding your life.
Thank you. Yeah.
I could do a couple things that I just read and then what was read before. It gives me hope because I definitely have a passion, like a dream job, and it's to help others. And made an attempt to do it before and chose to go out and use and didn't. And I know this time I need to take it slow, heal first, and do it. I mean, I went back, after 12 years, he said, playing hockey again, tried it again, and so it just gives me hope and inspiration.
I like how it says rediscover things you were passionate about before or try new things out. Well, I thought when I was first getting sober that I was going to try a bunch of stuff that I used to do or that I always wanted to do, and maybe I'd like them. Maybe I'd be good at them now that I was sober. Like it's some magical thing, like let's say I started drawing again, that I could actually draw. But that wasn't true. I still am awful at drawing. But I did take time to see if I enjoyed doing it, and it was beneficial during that time just to like scribble on a piece of paper and say, hey, I made this. I never tried that before. I never thought to do it. I never gave it that much time. Same with a lot of things. I tried new things because that's what someone said they did, and it worked for them, and they found out what they loved doing. I learned that in a support group meeting because I just listened to what people were saying. I soaked it in, and yeah, I tried it, and I reminded myself, not good at drawing, but at least I tried it. I kept moving on, and I think that's what matters. Yes, Deanna.
Yeah, I like that part that you were just talking about. I was just talking to Todd today about kind of how it's pretty cool. I'm kind of coming into a season where I'm, like discovering my individuality and all that good stuff. And so I was kind of thinking about that last sentence there about rediscovering the things that you were passionate about before you fell into addictive behavior. A lot of people, you'll hear people say, oh, to go back to the person I was before, and all that other stuff. But I think for me, like that's not really the case because going back to things that you're passionate about and stuff like that is cool. But for me, it's like about recreating and like finding the real person, not like the person that was before. Because I feel like the person that was before the drugs and alcohol was just as broken and maybe not as happy as who I am now. I've found a way to deal with things in life that quote unquote normal people don't get to learn, and so definitely makes it a lot easier. And I mean, how cool is it to just get to recreate your person, like, oh, I think I'm gonna be this or do this or try this or wear this or dye my hair red or just do whatever you want. Like, why not, right?
Oh yeah, thank you.
I'm definitely like trying new things, or things that may have sparked my interest at one point. Like right now, you know, I was thinking about things in high school. You know, it's kind of replaying, 'cause there's some whys back then. And started thinking about the times that I actually really enjoyed about that time in my life. And I was taking interior design classes at that time. I had not thought about it since high school, and now I am completely redecorating my entire apartment. And I think I'm darn good at it, because I'm pretty proud of my bathroom, and that's just one room. I can't wait to do the rest of my apartment. But awesome. It's something that I didn't think, I haven't thought about since high school. And I think that's the only class, other than, well, health and, I don't know, I didn't even pass gym. But I got straight A's in that class, so why not try and bring that back a little bit? I think it's the only thing that I enjoyed back then.
Nice. That's awesome.
Jason kind of hit it on the head when he was talking, where he said, you know, you could have all the stuff in the world, but if you don't know who you are and how you're really going to enjoy it. And a lot of people today tonight have been talking about, you know, finding the old me or getting back to like old passions, and even Todd talks about that here. And I tried I tried that when I first got sober, but I kind of slowly discovered that I had never really built an identity of my own, if that makes sense. If anyone can relate to that. But I was always whoever anyone else wanted me to be. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And I was still doing that a little bit even when I was sober. And then it took coming here and learning to kind of figure out that people are actually okay with me without me having to put on a face or a disguise or anything. So when it comes to trying new things and kind of rediscovering old passions, I mean, I didn't have any passions, so I can't rediscover things I didn't have, but what I am discovering is a bunch of stuff that I now like to do. So I know that I got caught up in that. I kind of got stuck where other people were like, you know, at least in my peer group, were like, oh, I'm picking up music again, I'm writing, I'm interior decorating, whatever. And they were like, Joe, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm just here, like, going to meetings and stuff. And then, like, I realized in my head, like, it's not about finding the old you, it's about building a new you, if that makes sense. Bam, that's all I got. Love it. Tone.
Going back to the effort thing, me personally, I know everybody's got like different experiences, but it was, for me, it was a full-time job, you know, on the street, and on this side of the fence, it's like much safer, easier to breathe, but it's still a full-time job for me, you know, on a daily basis. It takes constant effort and, you know, diligence, and, you know, I slip once, it's over. So this is, you know, I can't go part-time on the job to stay clean. You know, it's full-time every day, you know, 365, you know. That's just for me personally. I was thinking about that.
Thanks, Tom. But with that, you said you slip once and it's all over. Well, we also have the choice to never do one thing, and we can do whatever we want. It might take some time, but it's worth it. So just remember that. Patrick! You don't have it? No. What? Oh, Sam, you did it, don't you?
I wanted to know if you knew it from heart from all this. I wanted to just go acapella.
Sing it.
Autobiography, 5 short chapters by Portia Elsie. I don't sing. I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I fall in. I'm lost, I'm hopeless, it isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I pretend I don't see it, I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I see it, it's there, I still fall in, it's a habit. My eyes are open, I know where I am, it is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I walk around it. I walk down the street.
Nice color, everyone!
Ah, yeah.